I spoke with an Iranian lady today before I go. And, boy, I noticed right off she was very pretty, just at a glance. She's pretty. And, you just look around, whatever you see in that face and those eyes, Oof. She is indeed very, very pretty. And with the age, she's not, a real young girl. And, she's beautiful. To be where she is and to have that kind of a look, that's beautiful. That's alive, Wow, too bad she wasn't younger and have one of my kids, We could have children, they would be, Then we get to talking earlier, we got put in another place in the back and ended up there side by side, and I mentioned something about Hillary in a book there, a paper that she was reading. And she was an Iranian. And she was a Christian. And, she believed in Christ, She was a Christian. And she thought it was pretty ugly and awful what the things that happened. I guess that's why she's here, She had her mother with her. And she had quite a mind and understanding about things, That was pretty interesting. So pretty, so beautiful, and such, mind to speak it. It wasn't like bullshit. It's funny, when I was a little kid, I was like the first learned words I had were bullshit, go home. That's all I know about that story. But I'll listen to their question more like I don't freaking know. But the people would be partying, whatever, and they'd have me over there, and I must do something, just doing something to make them laugh, and it's something where it got to a point where I would say, like, bullshit, go home, And that could be anything, but that was maybe what was making them laugh, or, I don't know. I could still find out, but, then it would bring up other memories, that you have questions about. And it's questions that, who were we passing by that time on the trip back to North Carolina? We left from Page, and I remember him saying not to stop by and stay away from that Azalea. You don't even need to stop, and you can go clean through there and don't have to stop yet. Because he knew how to travel, he knew the time, he knew the places, he knew the roads, knew the highways, knew the miles, Then later went into construction. But then there was stopped at and stayed at Azalea's, and we went, this is some girl, some woman, and then we went out driving around and stopped someplace. I was probably like down half asleep, but then there was talking going on inside the car, and then, there's something like, some attention, like something like, they're, so they get up, and I look out, and there's this places, houses, and there's this fence and flowers around it, and there's some guy with dark hair over there, he's watering something, got the water on the yard, whatever. And they start taking off, and they move really slow in front of the house, and the guy's looking, and he's watering, and he's looking, he's watering, but they're going so dang slow, that he starts getting, like, looking at him, like, getting suspicious, like, what's going on there, and then he recognizes something. And I remember I got over in the back seat, and I was up on the back deck and looking out the back window, you know, and he'd come over there to the fence line. They'd sped up a little bit. And he was looking, and I sit there looking, and he sit there looking down the road the whole time. And I started to get down, and my mom said, "Tommy, don't you say anything to your daddy about this." And, you know, I never did. Yeah. But I never knew to question, you know, the obvious question, you know, who the hell was that? It was somebody she was messing around with when I remember they were in arguments and stuff, and I think they were going to take us out to a place out of West Memphis, Arkansas. There was a clay cliff dropped off cliff into the Mississippi River, and he was barreling down there, like, you know, how fast that car would go, and they were screaming and yelling, and oh my God, you know, and like my head just kind of went pop, you know, because, you know, I'm looking at them and they're yelling and screaming. I'm on the back seat, you know, and this Tommy just sat down, and just my head just. And when it did, they went over this railroad track and they stopped on the tracks. And they started talking about whatever. And she said, "I know where you're taking us to," and then more whatever. Then they pulled up around and circled, and they went back, you know. Was that the guy she was messing around with that caused that interaction back there? Or, God, I was thinking, the only other thing would be like, man, what if that guy's my dad? Yeah. You know, it's possibilities, you know, I'm not just saying. No, that's why this is filed under the question mark. I can still find out, but, you know, then there'd be other questions. And, now, I really got to go outside. Sometime. Peace out.